Hey, what's up? It's Frank here from datadriven.tv. I am all dressed up, very nice, as is my friend here, Brian Moran, who now has a blue badge. And if you don't know what that means, yeah, there it is. We're not gratuitously showing you pictures.
It's blue.
It's blue, which means he's a Microsoft employee. So congratulations. So what do you do at Microsoft?
So like the fancy Microsoft people like to say I'm a data seller, but basically that means I'm a sales exec for our data and AI platform.
Oh, because when you say data seller, you know what I think of? I think of some guy in the corner with the little thing, you know?
Exactly. No. Yeah, we have like lots and lots and lots of acronyms that we all know what it means. Most people don't, and I don't really know what most of them mean because I'm still pretty new.
As someone who went through this, it takes about 18 months for you to learn most of the Microsoft lingo.
Fair enough.
So you know, and you know there's always trouble afoot when two guys from Staten Island are like dressed up like in suits.
Is this going to be on the internet?
Uh-oh.
Because A, there's people from Staten Island still looking for me.
Uh-oh.
B, I hate when people see that I'm dressed up because it's like my friends tease me. I have to dress fancy. I have to dress fancy now.
I know. No Crocs. No Crocs. Hey, Andy's watching. Hey, Andy.
Andy! Is he there? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he's watching.
That's
cool. So this is going to be a data point. So I'll take the audio from this and post it to the podcast feed. So that's cool. So you sell data solutions now.
Yep. I have about 144 accounts.
Nice.
My accounts are between Baltimore basically and down to Richmond. And I don't have we have accounts that are called hypo accounts, which are the high performer. And my accounts are big, but they're not as big as the hypo accounts.
Right.
So I basically have all the data accounts we manage between Richmond and Baltimore.
Very cool. So what's hot right now? Is it AI? Is it ML? Is it kind of big data solutions, streaming, IoT stuff?
I mean, I guess
everything.
So I'm a data guy, so I'm going to need to answer it depends. Just because, right?
Well, that's a classic consulting answer.
Well, I'm a consultant too. Well, not anymore. Now I'm not. So it's weird. I've always been a consultant my whole life until now. But I'll say it depends for this reason. It depends on what customer I'm talking to, right? Maybe what line of business they're in. But I will say this, and I know data science is a topic near and dear to your heart, Andy's heart. If this ends up on Data Driven TV, to your subscribers there, most customers I'm having conversations with are very interested in learning more about our big data stack in general, but also in particular they want to figure out how our AI and ML and cognitive capabilities can help them. And I wish I had the quote in front of me, but I was with a big law firm yesterday, and I basically said, hey, if we had, because they were all the technical people, and I said if we had line of business partners in the room, the people who are customer facing, who are driving business units, and I were to say, what can I help you with that will help make you more money, drive more business in whatever that looks like for you? And the answer came back as we want an ability to glean better insight from the information we have.
Interesting.
And that happens, and then it quickly pivoted to, in their mind, what that really meant was they have massive amounts of data across a variety of data assets. And they get interesting information from it today, but they believe, and I think they're right, they believe that if we do some clever things with AI, ML, cognitive,
or just text mining.
Sure. Well, no, exactly. Text mining. A lot of now, interestingly, a lot of my customers probably have no idea what the acronym LUIS, like the language understanding services, what that is.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah,
Luis.
no, exactly. Yeah,
Hey, Luis, he makes the best amount of cut.
He's one of the guys back at Staten Island looking for me still. But everybody wants to basically be able to have a conversation with their data. If you think about it, sometimes they don't know exactly what question they want to ask. Sometimes it's in their mind.
A lot of it's exploration.
Yeah, it's exploration. And so, but from the UX perspective, I'm excited about helping our customers roll out some Lewis pilots, so that we can have a UX that allows for them to engage the chatbot or Bing search or whatever it is in a manner that's conversational.
And for people who don't know, Lewis is not well, I'm sure there's a guy named Lewis somewhere, but it stands for language understanding.
Language understanding.
Interpreting?
So here, don't laugh at me because like I'm selling this.
Right.
It's language understanding, and the S stands for service.
Yeah.
I don't know what the I stands for.
I think it's intelligence or interpreting.
Don't tell my boss.
But it's one of those. I mean, it's basically a way where you can give it raw text, and it will parse it and come up with entities and kind of constructs where it does something that the human mind does pretty naturally, where it reads a bit of text and then it comes up with context and instructions. It's what powers chatbots. It's ultimately what's behind Cortana.
The concept of what it is, it's domain-specific contextual modeling, right, around a subject area. So if I wasn't even prepared to have this conversation, but almost any conversation that we have will say things that are 100% obvious to you and I what they mean.
Right.
But the reality is we're providing relatively robust, advanced, cognitive, we're using our frontal cortex to say, here's what that means.
Right.
And historically, computers have a hard time doing that with respect to natural language processing.
That's true.
It's, you could do speech recognition, and I can say something and then convert that to
text. But what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Cortana messes that up all the time for me. Like, right. Hey, what's the weather? I don't know what a feather is.
No, exactly. Where if you're providing kind of context, subject area knowledge, it wouldn't say that, because it would be like, even if I think that's what Frank said, I know. Well, I mean, I don't know what kind of fetishes you might have, so that's a whole. But but mostly it's not feathers; it's mostly weather, probably.
Right. It's mostly weather. That's not really where I wanted to go. That's hilarious. But I think the key there is that it opens up Lewis and things like that. Open up raw text sets to advanced analysis. Right. And Microsoft Stack is actually pretty good at this.
Yeah. And even so, I might be remembering this wrong, but I think you and I did a little mini thing like this.
Yeah.
Back at Ignite.
Right.
And I think you asked me. I was at a different company at the time, one of a great partner, and you asked me kind of like from my perspective what I was seeing around customer interest, and what I said back then was, what it doesn't look like it's focused.
Oh.
But, oh well, that's good enough. I was hearing from multiple people at Microsoft, the easiest way to get started with AI/ML was going to be like a chatbot of some kind, right?
Yeah.
And I know you and I have talked about that. Mm-hmm. And so, even back then, I had never heard of the acronym of Lewis. I had never heard of Lewis until I went to, we met in Inspire, but then I was at Ignite in the fall.
Right.
And I went to the AI track there, and that's where I learned about Lewis. And I think Lewis is the key to chatbot, because you could type something, and on the back end there could be cognitive analysis happening, doing machine learning against the data. But how's the chatbot really going to understand what you need? And that's the secret sauce of Lewis. Right.
So you can say, order me a pizza, and it's going to know concept of verb, subject, object.
Right.
Right. Well, cool. So it's been great catching up with you, and subscribe to Data Driven on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, and wherever fine podcasts are sold. Have a great day.